Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day. Good day for me. So I haven't done a list video in a little while, so why not have a fun little list? I got thinking about it's the middle of summer now. You know, sad to say, but it's half over. At least around here. Maybe not for you, but we basically get August and that's it. September's hit or miss. So, uh, although it is my favorite month, it's what most of you guys would consider a summer month. Like we kind of it's a fall month around here, where it starts to cool off and it's so nice out. Anyway, blah blah blah. So I got thinking and wanted to give you some cheap summertime scents, but not ones that everybody talks about. Um, quite honestly, not one of these was over $30. Tell you the truth, I think if it wasn't for one of them, they'd all be around under $22. So they're cheap, they're good, and they're not. I'm not gonna say nobody's ever talked about them or nobody's heard about them. You've probably heard about it, but they're not hyped up. They're not super hyped fragrances. Um, they're kind of sleepers. That's kind of what I'm going to call this video. I think summertime sleepers, and so they're good fragrances, cheap, great for the summer. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. We'll start with the first one. Um, Vetiver by Soli Notes. Uh, Mint vetiver citrus. That dry green mint, woody vetiver and citrus with a touch of a powdery iris. It's kind of what you get from this, and that's all you get from you guys. Ain't gonna be big reviews. And most of these fragrances, 4 to 5 hours, an hour, hour and a half projection. So, what else do you expect for fresh summertime fragrances under, most of them under $20, $30, right? Listen, if you're complaining about a fragrance's performance that you spend 10, 15, 20, $25 on, you probably really shouldn't. Yes, you can get some really good, especially clones, which is another thing. I kept clones in the list because I wanted just to be designers. And you can get a lot of clones, under $30, $40 that just perform massively. And if I had included clones in this, I probably could have done a top 50 video, right? But I just wanted to keep them out of it. But yeah, if you're complaining about performance on a $20 fragrance, spend the extra money, guys. That's all I can say, and get something a little more expensive, because most fragrances at that price range, with exception of clones, aren't going to last you 8, 9, 10 hours. You're going to get 4, 5, 6, 7 hours if you're lucky. Most of these are about 4 to 5, and they're fresh too. So anyway, back to this. Yeah, I'm going to give you what a lot of people compare them to too, just because you may not have smelled this, but you might have smelled the one they compare it to. And this gets compared to Blood Vetiver by Karl Lagerfeld a lot. I haven't smelled that one, so I don't know, but all I know is this is a green, dry green, mint, woody kind of fragrance. Very nice fragrance. Very nice fragrance. Underrated. Next is going to be Eternity Now by Calvin Klein. It did get a little hype there a while ago, but it kind of like overnight type thing came and went, and now people seem to have forgotten about it. Coconut, vanilla, starfruit, tropical, fresh, nutty coconut, soft, sweet vanilla with this juicy, fruity, sweet, almost watery like starfruit. Just a very nice, fresh, tropical, sweet, fresh, tropical fragrance. This one gets paired to Jean Paul Gaultier Le Beau. So, if you know that fragrance, you kind of know what you're getting into with this. Again, tropical, tropical, tropical. Guess Indigo, 1981. Again, another one that got a little hype for a while and then kind of just went, I'm gone. Which is too bad. This is my favorite Guess fragrance. The coconut in this, well, the notes are, some of the notes anyway. Coconut, fig, cedar, and lavender. And that woody coconut, green, dry, sweet fig lavender on that base of that fresh woody cedar. It's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. That coconut, like I said, that coconut and fig give it this leafy green, slightly woody, nutty kind of vibe. It's gorgeous. It really is. If you haven't tried this one, try it. 1981 Indigo, I guess. This one gets compared to Jean Paul Gaultier, the Beau Paradise Garden. I can see the comparison. Le Beau is a lot more sweeter, more tropical sweet, coconut sweet than this, but there is a slight similarity there. But this is definitely its own thing, and very nice fragrance. Very nice summertime fragrance. Next two are kind of going to be a little different. You may not think of them as summertime fragrances, but they are very wearable in the summer, very fresh. The next one is Cremo Sandalwood and Suede. Sandalwood, fig again. Fig leaf actually this time in Suede, which I think it's fig leaf in this too, but we'll get into that real quick. Dry, woody, slightly creamy sandalwood. That dry green fig leaf kind of accord on a soft suede leather. Very fresh fragrance. A lot of people compare this to Santal 33, and I get it. Sandalwood is very similar to that. Like I said, it's that woody, fresh, creamy sandalwood. This isn't as strong as Santal, and it's got that woody green aspect that I find Santal kind of lacks with the fig. But the comparison is there, and I can see why. But yeah, just a nice fragrance. You might not think summertime, but easily worn in the summer, especially if you're looking for something just a little different than what most people are rocking in the summer. Last but not least, it's definitely one when you read the notes and you see what it's compared to, you're gonna be like, man, how is that? That's not a summertime fragrance. It's fall, maybe even winter. No, it is summertime, and that's Sergio Tacchini, The Essence. Now, some of the notes are vanilla, citrus, myrrh, iris, there's tonka, there's incense. And so reading all them notes, like I said, no, not at all. But quite honestly, it's a soft, sweet vanilla citrus combo on top of a slightly spicy, slightly smoky myrrh and a powdery iris. And again, the ones it gets compared to, stuff like Midnight in Paris, Bulgari, Man in Black, Le Male, Le Parfum, all those ones. And it gets compared to that because of this kind of sweet, powdery iris and vanilla combo that's in this. They're heavier, denser fragrances, spicier, a little more woody. This honestly smells like a creamsicle, an orange creamsicle. Citrus, sweet, and not that sweet, like I said, like a sweet ice cream, not like a overly sweet, sugary bomb. Just this sweet, kind of creamy, vanilla, citrus combo with some powderiness given from the iris. And it definitely is, I definitely think it's an underrated, I'd borderline underrated classic at this point. It's one I think most you can pick this up. I think most people can pick this up for like $10 or $15. Walk into your local Marshalls, Winners, TJ Maxx, Ross, and if they have it, it's going to be like $10 to $20, and you're not going to go wrong, honestly. Compliment getting, fresh, but with a little depth to it. Who doesn't like the smell of a orange creamsicle on a hot summer's day? I mean, it's a fresh, almost, how would I say it? It's a fresh summertime gourmand, right? It really is. You don't get that a lot in gourmand fragrances. And this is kind of what that is. And it's really nice, guys. Really nice. And one of the better performers, they're looking about 6-7 hours with this one. Projection a couple hours. So one of the better performers. And it's just, the whole house of Sergio Tacchini. No, I'm not saying that right. It's kind of underrated, but I guess not in Italy. I guess he's really big over in Italy, but not around here he ain't. So that's it, guys. That's 5 summertime sleepers. cheap summertime sleepers. Um, Pick up any one of them. You're probably gonna like them. Try them, of course, first. But if you can't, $20, you're not out a whole lot, right? It is what it is. So, yeah. Tell me what you think. Well, you got any summertime sleepers? But not too many people talk about, you know. Do you subscribe to the winter, summer, fall, seasonality of fragrances? I do to a degree, but again, I've said before, I'll say it again, most of us are inside most of the time in air conditioning, environmentally controlled areas, so it's not really that big a deal anymore. Maybe 50 years ago, yeah, but not now. And but these would be nice, like I said, just in the summertime, chilling, relaxing on cool, on shooting some b-ball outside of school when a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in the Fresh Prince. Yeah, but just when you're chilling in the summertime, deck, barbecue, beach. Although I don't wear anything to the beach, I think that's just, but a lot of people do. But stuff like that, and they're just really, every one of them are compliment getting, pleasing, crowd pleasing type fragrances, and for under most of them, like I said, this one, I think when I got it, it was $21.99. I think it's now closer to $30. Thank you, governments. Uh, Same as this one. I think this has gone up a little bit. I don't know if it's discontinued or it's just getting hard to find. But when I got it, it was $19.99, I believe. But for the most part, you can still, if you dig around, you can find them all under $30. And they're a steal, guys. All right, guys. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.